to Big Mike Talks, the Royal Rumble. And boy, oh boy, it was a good show. And I will give you my thoughts and do a little bit of a recap. And I think I'm just going to do the Rumbles. No offense to the other matches, but I think that's what you guys are here to hear. Maybe I'll mention the other matches in passing. We'll see. So, first up, we have our first return of the evening. Before any of the action starts, we have Pat McAfee, who is making his WWE return after covering college football for ESPN. So he joins the desk. Apparently, Cole and Graves have no idea this was a big old surprise, including Cole saying, "Oh, I was video chatting him earlier in the day." So we now have our Royal Rumble match. The men starting it off, which is very interesting because the last time WWE did this, it was the Women's Rumble main evented. Now, this didn't happen here, but that is fine. So, entrant number 1, we have Gunther, the reigning Intercontinental Champion, and making his first appearance in the Royal Rumble. So this is going to be an interesting number 1. Number 2, his main rival the past half a year, I'd say, and former Royal Rumble winner in 2012, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. Now, right at the go, Gunther and Sheamus start battering each other, pillar to post, couple elimination tries. Then, after a little bit, out comes number 3. It's The Miz. Now, Miz, he's been taking some losses lately, including to Dexter Lumis in a ladder match over his money. So, that wasn't a very good feud to me, but, whatever. Miz starts out actually not immediately going in the ring. Instead, he is circling the outside of the ring. And when he looks to get in, it is being blocked by Sheamus and Gunther. Now, Sheamus and Gunther then start battering each other once again. Miz rolls into the ring, and he tries to get right on Gunther and Sheamus, which fails, and he ultimately pays for it. Entrant number 4, it's Kofi Kingston, the wizard of the Royal Rumble, always finding a way to stave off elimination, at least at first. He is also a former WWE champion and is currently the one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions. And this is also his 15th Royal Rumble appearance. Now, he goes right in after everybody, and then after a big old slam by Sheamus, he hits a big boom drop on Miz and Gunther, which that was very impressive. Number 5, we have Johnny Gargano. That's right, Johnny Wrestling, making his second Royal Rumble appearance. Former pretty much every title NXT had, Johnny Gargano won it. So this is hopefully will be a good showing for Gargano in the Rumble. He goes right in. He avoids elimination at the hands of Gunther, in which he lands on the apron, gets right back in. Sheamus is on the ropes with The Miz, gets him over the top. It looks like they are going to eliminate him. Miz staves off. And then after a big old super kick by Gargano, The Miz finally faces elimination. Uh, so, yeah, that's a good spot right there. Miz is the first man out. And at number 6, it's Xavier Woods. Kofi and Woods then team up on the rest of the field, who then they have a stare down in which they start. They definitely start doing some wrestling, and then they end up face to bottom in a circle, and they start spanking each other. Uh, Interesting comedy spot, but that's who the New Day are. Number 7, it's Karrion Kross, the big man. He is coming out with Scarlett, his manager, and he's a former NXT champion, and he goes right after the big boys. He goes right after Sheamus. He goes right after Gunther. Looks like he's going to eliminate Woods and Kofi, but they stave off. In at number 8, we have Chad Gable. Now, Chad Gable is one half of Alpha Academy with Otis. We'll be seeing him later. And he's been hitting some lows lately, but hopefully this will be a good showing for him. He runs over Gargano. He takes out New Day. And he starts kind of brawling with the smaller guys. He tries to avoid the bigger guys, in which then he eats a big old bro kick from Sheamus. Out comes number 9. It's Drew McIntyre, the 2020 Royal Rumble winner and former WWE champion. And he and Sheamus team up. Actually, first he saves Sheamus from elimination. They team up on the rest of the field. And it is bedlam. He then claymores Kross right in the face, throwing him over the top rope. And that's Kross eliminated. Then we have a Drew Gunther face-off. Yes, please. I'd love to see that match very much. And then at number 10, we have the high-flying leader of Legado del Fantasma. We have Santos Escobar. Escobar is a recent, and Legado del Fantasma are a recent call-up from NXT, as I believe he is the last NXT Cruiserweight champion after it got retired. He goes right to work high-flying on Gable and pretty much everyone else. He does get caught by Sheamus at one point, but then he gets out of it into a beautiful flush DDT. And with the first 10 out of the way, we now go to number 11. It is Angelo Dawkins, one half of the Street Profits, multiple-time tag team champion. And he goes right in like a house of fire, taking on the biggest dudes in the Rumble, that right now are Sheamus and Gunther. Woods then escapes elimination twice at the hands of Gunther. Gunther then eliminates Rhodes after a big old powerbomb. And then a bit of a scary situation as Gunther throws Kofi over the top rope. Woods then brings a chair over, one of the office chairs over from the announcer's area. He then crashes into it. So the announcers were saying, "Oh, only one foot was down. He was out. Dude got hurt, and I hope for nothing but the best for Mr. Kingston." Out at number 12, it's last year's Royal Rumble winner, Brock Lesnar, and he cleans everyone's house, including eliminations of Santos Escobar, Chad Gable, and Angelo Dawkins in pretty quick succession. He then has a brief face-off with Gunther, when at number 13 we have Bobby Lashley, who then comes in, spears everyone's head off. It looks like Lashley is going to F5 him over the... Lesnar is going to F5 him over the top rope. Instead, Lashley eats another spear, tosses Lesnar over the ropes. Bye, Brock. Nice seeing you again. Lesnar then throws a fit at ringside, including tossing the cover of the announce table into the ring at Lashley. So it looks like we're going to get Lashley Lesnar again at some point. Whether it's the Chamber or WrestleMania, we'll see. Next man in at number 14, it's Baron Corbin, who barely gets a couple steps towards the ring, and he gets taken out by Lesnar. Which, that is a shame. But, that'll be something to look forward to. Next man in, we have number 15, Seth Rollins. A man I saw as a lot of people's pick to win the Royal Rumble. But let's face it, it's probably going to be Cody. Rollins then throws Corbin into the ring and immediately eliminates him. So there's Corbin down. Number 16, we have Otis, the other member of Alpha Academy, who pretty much goes on a run on the smaller guys, gets Gunther down, and hits the Caterpillar, which we've been seeing more of from Otis, as it looks like he and maybe Gable are turning face, which I'd be okay with that. I miss face Otis. Number 17, it was meant to be Rey Mysterio. His music played, but he didn't come out. So that's going to be interesting. Rey has won a Rumble in his own right. I believe it was 2001. Please correct me on that. If you can. And then we see Seth low bridge a spear on Lashley, which eliminates him. Coming in at number 18, it's Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio's flesh and blood. And he has on Rey Mysterio's mask, which implies to me either he or the entire Judgment Day group attacked Rey and took him out of the Rumble. Which is a shame, because I would have loved to see Rey and Dom go at it in the Rumble this year. Otis then eliminates Drew and Sheamus at the same time, which that was pretty impressive. Now, Dom Mysterio doesn't enter the ring right away. He's looking to pick his spot. He then enters while everyone has their back turned, attacks Gunther right away. And, he attacks Sheamus. He attacks Gunther right away, and then he gets his butt kicked. Out next, number 19, we have Elias, who then comes in, looks like he's about to run house, looks right at Gunther, takes the guitar he usually brings to the ring, El Capone right on Gunther's back, because they don't do headshots, which I'm definitely okay with. Then he is eliminated by Gunther. So, nice seeing you, Elias. And then at number 20, we have Finn Balor, leader of the Judgment Day, first ever Universal Champion. And he comes in as a house of cards, as it looks like Gunther is going to eliminate Dom. He then saves Dom. Then Balor helps to eliminate Gargano. And with that, we are in the home stretch as number 21. It's Booker T, Houston, Texas native, as we are in San Antonio. He comes in, clean house, big old spinneroonie, but then is immediately eliminated by Gunther. Thanks, Booker. It was nice seeing you. Number 22, we have Damian Priest, the last of the trifecta of Judgment Day, who comes in and immediately helps his partners Dom and Finn from being eliminated by Gunta. Then Judgment Day triple team Seth Rollins on the ground while the others brawl. Number 23, Montez Ford, the other half of the Street Profits. Bit of a high flyer, this one. Almost has an immediately elimination of Dom. Who then gets eliminated by Damian Priest after a big chokeslam. Number 24, on this day, I see clearly everything has come to life. It's Edge, and he's looking for revenge on Judgment Day for what they did to both him and his wife Beth Phoenix at Extreme Rules. Immediately gets in, spears the absolute poo out of everybody. Then Judgment Day, he eliminates both Balor and Priest. Have a little trouble with Dom as the rest of Judgment Day hold him into the ring. Both are on the ring apron, and Judgment Day then eliminates Edge, which, that's a shame. Then both start fighting up the ramp, in which we have number 25, Austin Theory, the current United States champion. And as that's going on, we have Judgment Day and Edge brawling up the ramp. Once they get to the entranceway, out comes Rhea Ripley, who takes out Edge. But immediately coming out is Beth Phoenix, who hits a spear of her own on Rhea. Now that will potentially affect her for her Royal Rumble coming up next. Anyway, Theory then gets in the ring himself, goes right after Seth Rollins. They're fighting for a bit, as number 26 is the Giant Omos in its second Royal Rumble appearance. Now he goes right after Gunta. Gunta then he then hits a big old kick on Dom. He takes a chop from Gunta, which I've never seen that happen before. Gunta's chops are pretty powerful. Number 27. It is Braun Strowman, the big man. And he gets in the face of Omos. They have feuded for a bit before, with Strowman beating Omos at Crown Jewel this past year. And then Strowman just runs through the rest of the field, which is crazy to think about. We have number 28. It's Ricochet, the former Intercontinental Champion, and also a tag team partner for Braun Strowman, which that could be interesting. Strowman and Ricochet double team Theory, and then we see a big chop on Strowman by Gunther, which that looked like it hurt. And then number 29, it's the return of Logan Paul. Last we saw Mr. Paul, he ate a great big spear from Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, at Crown Jewel. There was talk of him being hurt long term, but apparently it wasn't as bad as they first thought, so this is his return. He hits a big old cutter on Theory, which then everyone goes to beat him up. Paul tries to eliminate him. He hangs on. Double team on Paul by Strowman and Ricochet. And we have number 30, the last entrant. You knew who it was from the start. It's Cody Rhodes. He's coming back from injury. He had a torn tricep, or a torn pec, whatever it was, that he fought through in the Hell in a Cell the last time we saw him. And that was a heck of a bruise. He comes in, takes out Fury, he eliminates Dom right away after a crossroads. And then we have a very interesting sight as Logan Paul and Ricochet are on opposite sides of the ring. They're both like, yeah, let's do this, let's do this. They springboard off the top rope. Mid-air collision. That was absolutely nutty. Theory then picks up Ricochet and eliminates him. He then eats a crossroads from Cody, eliminates him. Final four, we have Rollins, Cody, Gunther, and Logan Paul, who is actually hanging out on the outside. Gunther then mixes it up, attacks both Seth and Cody in the ring. Rollins and Rhodes then work together to try to eliminate Gunther. We then see Logan Paul go in the ring, immediately eliminate Rollins. We are now at our final three: Cody, Logan Paul, and Gunther. Now it looks like Paul is about to eliminate Cody. It does not work out well for him. Cody counters into a crossroads, throws Logan Paul over the top for the elimination. Final two, it's Gunther and Cody Rhodes. And boy, oh boy, do they kick the absolute piss out of each other for at least an extra 10 minutes, which is absolutely crazy. After a Shattered Dreams, which is Cody's brother Dustin's move, in which we have, the opponent's legs spread apart and kick to the bollocks. Then Cody, with a final crossroads, throws Gunther over the top rope. And your winner and new number one contender for WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes.